Baniriza nnyo baganda bange wano wendi wabita. It's a forest. It is called it is a park, Kabardei Park. So this park has mainly factories, but it also has a conservation forest. And right now this is summer. It is the beginning of summer, and the whole place is green. You see the trees. If you reach here, you don't even think that this is Hungary. This is Central Europe, because you see everywhere is green, and the whole place is really looking nice. And the good thing with here, the people don't loiter. I want to talk this. If you have a disciplined population, then everything will be good. So here in this forest, it is a Buddha forest. So they show you the various organisms that are in this forest. I think this one, I know it very well. This is called the Runyankore, we call it a makondere. But so this is called a beetle. It is a beetle, but in Hungarian you see the name Sarvas Bogal him. And another is called Sarvas Bogal Nusten. And another is called Pompas Vilag Bogal. So butterfly, feche farku lepke. So you see most of the trees that are existing, I may say, let me use the biological term, the flora. We have these broadleaf trees, and this is a simple shrub. Then we have the big leaved ones. You see, like this one, it puts on some small fruits, and it has small leaves. You see, this one is more like acacia because it has these small leaves that is a simple pinnate, simple bipinnate, because they are on both sides. Then it has some leaves that are serrated, though this one is just a simple shrub. It has serrated leaf, and mainly these are the trees. You see how the stems will look like. They are hardwood, but these trees shed off their leaves during the winter season. So this is a similarity to the deciduous trees in the tropical climate. So there's a difference. This climate that is experiencing winter is almost similar to the savanna climate, because during winter there is extreme cold temperatures, and because of those cold temperatures, the trees have adapted to shed off their leaves so that they remain without leaves, because that would, if they remained with leaves, that would cause a lot of problems because they would actually die. But so to avoid that, what they do, and to reduce the surface area where the snow can, of course, hold and then cause like damage to the trees. So the period before that is called the fall. Fall is characterized by the lot of strong wind. So all the leaves are shed off from the trees. Then by the time winter reaches, all the trees look like they are dry. So in that, the snow just can easily slope down and doesn't remain on the trees. So when the spring comes, these trees are very funny because these trees put on flowers. You can imagine you find a big tree like this having flowers. Yeah, having flowers, and then you wonder what kind of a tree is this. So I don't know the type of wood that they have, whether it is soft or hard, but most probably these trees were not planted, they are natural. I think it is hardwood. And so when the flowers get off, then the leaves sprout. So these leaves you are seeing came out from the flowers. You get? Now everything looks green and beautiful. And the good thing here is during summer, it is only in extreme summer, like in August, when the leaves now become mature, so they begin falling off. Now, compared to our savanna vegetation that is experienced in the, like I'm going to call in Uganda, you go to Zimbabwe, in the national parks. During the dry season, the trees shed off the leaves because they are reducing water loss. They are reducing water loss. And I think that could also be the problem here during winter. Because during winter, you actually smear yourself and you'll be like you've not smeared yourself. Right? Same thing with the dry season. When you are in the savannah in Uganda, in the tropical climate, okay, I'm sorry for calling it savannah. It is tropical climate. So you find that when you go out in the dry season, their skin becomes dry very fast. So same thing like winter. The skin dries very fast. Possibly these trees don't want to lose their water, so and of course the water goes with nutrients. So what they do is shed off the leaves and remain with no leaf. And the same thing with the trees in the tropical climate. They also shed off their leaves. And that is in the savanna vegetation. So that is some small thing I've told you about the flora of Hungary, the flora of Central Europe. As you can see, there is some tree that is overlooking me, that is in the opposite of where I am, and my camera is focused on that tree. And it has something like seeds. I don't know what seeds are, but and then you can see some of these resemble our weeds at home, weeds in the tropical climate, but they are not actually the same. Then this one, I don't know, it's not smelly, but some of them some of them are found in Africa. Yeah, if you go to some of these, maybe they have some small modification, but they are found in Africa. So somebody who came here during winter would think they burnt this place. If you have ever visited Nakasongola in Uganda during the dry season, you will think that the place was burnt by fire. But the way it rains, everything sprouts again. So why am I bringing this in life? You can use this example of trees and put it as an analogy in life. In life, you're going to face circumstances that are going to be extreme. You see, this one is a big tree, and the skin resembles our trees back home in Africa. So I want to tell you, sometimes you'll face situations just like these trees have adapted to live in the good and the bad. And that's how a human being is supposed to be. When you're going through the good point of life, enjoy. But be prepared, knowing that anytime you're gonna face the rough side of life. When you lose your beloved one, when you lose your job. Actually, losing the job is one of the serious issues, especially in most of the countries in life, because you lose a job, you are good, you are in, like, having a job I consider like during this time when everything is fresh, is good, your children are going to school, you have everything you need, then in no time, you lose the job. Now everything becomes becomes funny. So what you need to do is shed off the leaves, shed off the extra expenses. Shed off extra expenses, relax, don't be stressed, knowing that the time is coming when you will rise again. You can't fall completely, because to fall is not, to stumble is not to fall, but to rise and walk again. But some people lose a job and they are like, my life is finished. No, that was not the only job you had. Some people lose their children or their wife and they are like, I'm finished. I have nothing else I can do again anymore. This is funny. So you have to know that you don't have one life. You have multiple lives. Look at an example of Job. Job lived 2 lives. There was a life before and the life after. So this vegetation is quite good. So I want to tell you that example. You have to know that you, as long as you're self-aware, you trust God, that you don't have only one chance. Me, I always see people, they are panicking. Oh my God, if I don't make it this time, I think I'm gonna lose my life. No, blood. You're not gonna lose your life. And that is the one thing with the people who are dating. You be like, oh my God, if I lose this girl, then I may never get another one. Who is this girl? The fact that she doesn't want you. But now you are like, oh my, if I lose this one, then I'm finished. No. All you have you are a man, the girl has chucked you. The girl says, I don't want you, I've left you. But you are still insisting that, and you reach an extent of killing the other person he has loved. No. I want you to have this in mind, that life gives you very many chances. These trees endure the cold temperatures, negative 10 degrees. They still remain and they enjoy summer like now. No, they enjoy spring. They spring up again. They go to summer. Then they again go to the fall. They fall. They go to the winter, complete morning. They again spring again. So just know life is like that. Just trust your Creator, knowing that He's able to do that which He says He will do. So with those, I wish you all the best and I wish you good luck in whatever you're doing. And above all, remember to be disciplined, protect the environment. Don't throw polythene bags, don't throw bottles anywhere you see. When you drink soda, please pick your bottle. Pick up your bottle. When you eat along the way, don't just throw the rubbish wherever you see. No. Go to the designated points and put them. It is because of that we shall have a good environment. I moved through this place and I don't see any polythene bag anywhere. But if it was like in Uganda, you would find bottles. If you, most of the African countries, you find bottles everywhere. So, need for discipline. Discipline is very paramount. So most of these trees, most of these shrubs, all were sleeping during winter. During winter they were sleeping, but now they are active. They are now active. Wow. So